Hang on, little one. I got you. Yep. Whoa. Easy. You're safe now.
All right, CuBiX Meow Show, episode 2. We've decided to do a little bit of, developing in public and sort of going on a journey with all of the people that are kind of in the same situation right now. People that have been displaced from their various careers, software development, a bunch of different kinds of artists, certain types of musicians, people that all have been displaced by, AI and technological advancements over the last few years, that are trying to repurpose their skills and trying to create some sort of sustainable projects or primary sources of income. And right now I'm working on a few social media pages. And this was after, a few decades of career in software development. I went into a different industry, had kind of a day job and a life. And then, a few years later, went back into software development a few years ago, and things are different now. Things are very, very different now. And software as a service, if you come from an environment of, building a startup or not working in a corporate environment, but more of an entrepreneur, things are very different now than they were 10 years ago. And we're going to build out these social media pages from a few thousand subscribers and some viral videos to something much more substantial, giving people something of real quality. And right now there's an unbelievable opportunity. The environment that AI has created is where a lot of people go through a lot of changes rapidly, and they go through them simultaneously. And it gives people stuff in common. It gives people very real, it's a bonding experience between audiences and people that end up partnering with each other. So a lot of the people right now, and this is gonna really resonate with some of the people that listen to this. And right now we're just sort of setting the foundation of what this show is going to be. We're taking a few sites that have, some viral animal videos and some AI stuff that got, millions of views, and a bunch that got hundreds of thousands of views. Some pretty good traction over a few months, and going to turn it into something much more substantial. And a lot of people are in similar situations. And right now something is happening. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they're all implementing policies regarding AI videos and AI content. And a lot of people are unsure how to deal with it. And you have to come up with original content. You have to come up with a lot of different things if you want your channels to survive and to thrive. And CuBiX Meow, we're going to build this out semi-publicly. I mean, we're not going to show like the source or the very specifics of the tools that we build for the stuff that we're using, but we're going to go over most of it in these broadcasts. And these first few episodes are kind of setting the foundation. People look back on these later, and some of the people that I've talked to that have very successful, podcasts or that are streamers, they, one of the things that a lot of them said was they wish they could have went back and re-edited their first broadcasts. So you, in the first few broadcasts, you very clearly set your goals and your, what you want to achieve. And then people look back on it and they go, well, they really stuck to that. And they were right from the beginning, or, they pivoted and they went off in various directions. These first few episodes, these first few weeks, first few months aren't going to get thousands or millions of viewers. But people are going to go back and look at these when the episodes over the next few months really do become very exciting and very interesting. And for anybody that's been displaced and is struggling with, developing sites and content and figuring out how to get from that danger zone, because, there's hundreds of thousands of sites that are being canceled right now. Unoriginal content, AI generated content. A lot of different things are happening because sites like YouTube, they're struggling to figure out how to contain all of the AI content, because there's a lot of a lot of people that are taking advantage of it, but there's also a lot of genuine, artists and content creators that are really trying to generate unique content using the new tools that they know are very powerful and can, facilitate a lot of creative expression, a lot of artistic expression through the creation of artistic of AI generated content. So we're gonna turn a site with, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 AI generated videos and tens 7 to 10 million views in the first month or two into something far more substantial with, original content. And you don't necessarily have to be talking yourself. You can have, you can generate your own scripts. You can have Claude generate scripts. You can go to ElevenLabs. You can have it do the narration. You don't need to, this is going to be a faceless, not voiceless, but faceless. I'm going to stay anonymous to the point where you can know what I sound like, but you're not going to know like who I am or what my personal life and stuff. And we'll go through this journey together. And this is going to be relevant to so many people that are struggling to find something more permanent, especially with all the changes. It's scary. There are a lot of changes going on right now. So over the next few weeks, we're going to really define some, project goals and some of the things that we're going to be focusing on. But just, stay tuned. This is going to be something that's going to be very interesting to a lot of people. And especially the people that want to turn their sites into something more permanent, something original, something that will make it through this large-scale purge of various sites and channels on the different social media companies. And we'll all go through this together. It'll be a lot of fun.